wet right there. Yes, I planting some beets right now on the farm. Give thanks and blessings to all ones and ones. God bless. Big ship sailing on the ocean. We don't need no commotion. Big ship sailing on the ocean. Oh, ship sailing on the ocean. We don't need no commotion. Yes, man. And I plant some beans this morning. I'm sorry, some beets. Some beets this morning, you know. Yeah, man. See it there? Ship sailing on the ocean. I don't need no promotion. Big ship sailing on the ocean. Yo. We don't need no promotion. All right, I'm about to put some broccoli too. Right, yes, sir. But before I do that, I need to do this. And ship sailing on the ocean. Give y'all a little update. So we just recently put in a bunch of more beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then I'm planting over here. But I'm gonna take you guys through 4 rows of beans right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. These we're planting later from the ones that we're currently reaping, obviously. We have these, and then we have a couple rows over here. So I don't get confused. I usually just come and I'll weed out what's not supposed to be here. So if I'm not around, my guys don't get confused or anything like that. So this needs to be done. It's cantaloupe, look at that. Everyone loves a little sweet fruit sometimes. Just don't overdo it, you know, because everything with too much sweet is not good. So just balance it out, you know. Have it sometimes, not all the time. I love how they're looking. Oh, y'all gonna be so impressed. Look at this. It's looking good, man. I mean, I was just talking to my son on WhatsApp. Him and I were on video. So, you know, he's 16. He was born in Brooklyn. And this is relatively kind of different and kind of new to him to see all of this being done. So he was like, man, Dad, I can't wait. I can't wait to come out there and give you a hand with all that. So I'm here on the farm by myself right now. I got the guys doing something else this morning, but they'll be over here in a minute. So look, this is amazing. It's all wrapped up in the tree. So yeah, squash looking good. Some more beans right here. As I said, everybody, don't get discouraged. Got some lettuce right here. Don't get discouraged when you're farming like out in the open like this and you lose a couple plants to maybe insects or ants or, you know, iguanas. Just let that motivate you to plant more. You know, that's basically what I do. Now, remember, I was telling you guys I got some imported beans, which they're known as red cranberry beans, cranberry. They're huge. I'm talking about, you know, amazing. Like, this is a seed pod. So each beans, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, they'll be ready to harvest pretty soon. They're so heavy, I gotta keep them on a fishing line. So you can see the fishing line is here, so they don't fall. But wow, I think the flourish. Got my lime trees coming, whole row of limes. And then over here, the lettuce over here is looking good. I like, see, the romaine lettuce. They're growing and coming along really well. So just gotta weed out what needs to be weeded out. You know what I mean? Everything to flourish right now. Gotta get really hands-on with that kind of work, y'all. Get afraid. Oh, the tomatoes. Oh, see the tomato tree there? See the next one, yeah? Next one, yeah? Next one, yeah? Yo, tomato nearly look like ganja tree, you know, brother. Real, the way how the leaves and how the stems and everything look. Nearly look alike. It's beautiful, but these are tomatoes, everyone. Pretty soon, I'll be showing you guys on the live once everything gets transitioned legally, how people are supposed to sustain themselves through plants and what plants are going to be used industrially and what plants are going to be used recreationally and medicinally. But just timing, y'all. It's just going to take time. I have a lot of faith, and we need a resolve and a solution for the economic situation in our country. Those ones and ones who got links and who got friends, it's just making it happen, you know? Making it happen legally first so we could make ones and ones see the difference when you have that freedom to do what you're supposed to do. But this is how it's coming along, you know? And remember, y'all, we have a lot of things to do here. So while farming and taking care of the resort and fixing houses and all of these things, we still have to be very in tune with the climatic changes and all of that. Eventually, Sarasea just starts to grow wildly, so that's perfect. We need that enough time, you know? So is this. I didn't plant the cocoa that grows wildly in these areas as well. So in these new rows, I actually found some gold. Yeah, look at this dirt. I would have called this black gold. Okay, so I really call this black gold, you know what I mean? The way how this, the way how it look. Yeah. So I'm back to over here. Plant me some broccoli. Yep. Dry bokota to use. Works pretty perfectly for what I'm trying to do. rose and look. Pretty much it. And just let's put it in the seeds. So I'm doing broccoli meado. Doing some broccoli. Broccoli has 33% more protein than beef, you know, because in simple education, an animal does not get protein without plants. An animal, a cow, has to eat plants in order to have protein. So when people ask me, you're a vegan, you don't eat meat, how you do that? I tell them, well, I educate myself as to why meat is not the best thing for human beings. We don't even have the teeth designed by the Most High for crushing up meat like how the animals do. Our physiology is not designed for that. Even the Bible tells you that the green herbs were given to us for meat. It didn't say the give not or the whatsoever. He said the green herbs. I'm not fighting against anyone's dietary conditioning, but if you want to be more healthy, then it's the only way. Like, you know, you can transition off of the meat and check for yourself. You don't have to believe me. You could check for yourself, and if you're not at least 20% healthier than you were when you were on meat from your initial change of diet, then maybe it's too far gone. But I believe that if you change your diet, you could reverse, like Dr. Sebi teaches, you could reverse the disease, you know, and basically get rid of it. So I've seen and I've come to know that this thing is truthful and it's possible, and it's also in our best interest for self-preservation to have a better plant-based holistic diet. But I know it's difficult because our culture, everything is, you know, related to meat and fats and certain things like that. So you wonder why some people say, well, how come I know diabetes running in our family because it's that. Well, really and truly, eating unhealthy runs in the family, more so than the diabetes. Diabetes is just a result of that. But eating unhealthy is what really is a part of our culture in Belize. You know, when it comes to like the starches and the fats, the flour, the white rice, the white this, the white flour, the white everything. So hopefully we can be a little bit more conscious of our health so we could live longer for our family members and our children, our grandchildren, you know. I want y'all to think eating healthy is a Rasta thing. I mean, Rastas do eat healthy, but it's not a Rasta thing to eat healthy. You know, in North America and South America, this part of the world, the Western Hemisphere, certain diseases like obesity and such is not found to be common in places like India and China. You know, all these diseases that we have over here is based on the diet. You go to India or China and meet enough people who are slim up. And you know, they're healthier than the ones in North America by far. But when we see them, our perception, when I say we, I mean the general perception is that, oh, and people are hungry, they're maga, watch there, you know? Because we have a belief that being fat is being healthy, which is oxymoronic in itself, but we don't, it's not just being foolish, it's a part of our culture. You see what I'm saying? So culture is the only thing that has a stronghold on everything. If your culture say, wrong length time not going at a river, and your picnic they go down there, you look for lash there. That's your culture. See me? So we're not here to take away from our culture. We just want to enhance the lives of our people through knowledge and self-awareness. You know what I mean? You know, like as the King of Kings said, it's like if you have an extent of knowledge and you don't share it, the knowledge become irrelevant and it's not useful. It's useless if you don't share it. So what's the point of me knowing these things and I don't try to make ones and ones realize that it's not for fun I'm doing this. I'm trying to lead by example so ones and ones could see, you know. I was telling my son this morning, I said, son, no matter what academic degree you aspire to get, you still have to remember the people who are tilling the soil. And I told him, I said, who would benefit more from inheriting this than you? But you have to be resourceful and understanding that this is a position that is going to take you to be a leader of people who are going to also rely on you and be semi-dependent on you as a leader. So I just want to let him see that it's important. I'm not just doing this for myself. He's 16 now, so he's starting to understand the fullness of what I've been trying to teach him since he was in the womb of his mother. I used to tell her, look, put the phone to your stomach and let me talk to my son. Let me teach him, you know. So proud of him and my daughter, you know. They're so wonderful, great children. Inspire me to do great things, you know. All right, so next I'm putting in some cucumbers. Yeah, cucumber next. Gotta get everything in the ground. Usually when I'm done setting seeds and wetting the, then what will happen is I would put like a stick so that I could identify that I have already set some seeds in there. So something like this, then I'll break it like that. So like how I just did that, I just come right here. Set one, bam, set one in, boom. So see, it's like two little markers just telling me that I already planted this one out. Then I'm gonna do one here so that I could plant the cucumbers. It's pretty simple. I don't know why our generations have been running from this for so long, you know, like the current and recent generations. We miss this. This is a part of our culture that we should never give up, no matter what. You know, unless you totally live in an environment where this is not possible, then I understand. But why would you subject yourself to that when you don't have to? You know what I mean? Live life to the fullest. If you're in a place where you're not happy or comfortable, get out. You need the sunlight, you don't need, you know what I mean? Babylon are like an ice box. You know why? Changes up the frequency, you know? The kind of climate, the kind of environment, that frigid air makes people cold. You know what's the word they use to, as a terminology to kind of speak about people who are heartless? Say, yo, I'm on that cold. See me? So then it's the same type of environment Babylon got with people in a cold environment and cold. The people ain't cold, and then they get colder and colder. You see me? Then that behavior that trickle down to the ghetto youths them who just to watch love and hip hop and certain things where we want to emulate Babylon illusion. I just tell my youth that too. This is reality. All anything we sip on TV is illusion. Not saying they can't manifest, but it's still not a sustainable reality. So then, you know, yeah, we need to do things were real. When I got sleep last night, I couldn't wake up this morning if you can't do this. Couldn't wait. See? Got time to be posting no gossip and no folly. I don't got time for that. Nobody send me no gossip, no folly and them kind of thing because I don't deal with them kind of thing, the period. Rasta people, they out there so the work, the job works. Just kind of protect them a little bit. As I said, you know, you got a lot of different elements out here, insects, etc. You can't compete with nature, you know. Nature will always win. So we just have to plant in abundance. Because I don't use fertilizer, none of that kind of stuff. This is all certified organic. At least I know 100% that there's nothing added into this that's supposed to make anything here be inorganic. So, you know what I mean? Yes, Mr. B. Yeah, man. So that's what I want. Yes, I got got some beans. I'm just doing a little trial and error with some of these dried up seeds, seeing the potential for their growth and seeing what will happen. Because I don't try to let anything waste. Every single thing that I eat, I preserve the seeds if I can. And if I have, you know, certain things that's dried up, I just plant them. Those ones who weren't seeing all of this earlier, just want to show y'all how the squash is looking. This is like, whoa, it's even wrapping around this palm tree right here. Super palm. Wow. I'm thinking in my mind, like, certain things I'm just never gonna have to really worry about buying anymore, and that's great. So tomatoes. It's just a little brief idea of what's going on. I gotta go get some water from the river. The river is really, really nice and low right now. So I use water from the river, which has all the minerals and stuff, for the farm. So that's important. The next move is to hook up a system from the river to a cistern in my yard, and then just run some underground piping for the irrigation system. The dry season is approaching rapidly, and it's gonna get really, really necessary. So the river is right. Let me show y'all the distance. I'm probably the closest to the river in proximity, like to another landowner. So I'm probably the closest. You see the little howler monkey ladder here? I saw I had some people come in yesterday to see the monkeys, and they were right over here crossing over. Real nice Belizean family. Got the bamboo flourishing. It's a beautiful day, I'm telling you. You gotta wake up really early to get like the real beauty of the Most High's blessings, like in the rising, you know? A lot of people not on this live right now because they still sleep. Midnight. What's up, Papa? Where they going? Midnight is a Rasta and a vegan. Look at his tail. Got locks on his tail already. You see that? Healy eye. Yeah, man. Midnight don't eat meat. It was a special gift to me from a special friend, and I got it on my birthday 3 years ago. Got him. Now he's ready for going on a little canoe tour. We're right here, ready for go. I'm gonna go down by the river and see how the river stand. Everything look nice this morning. Everything look beautiful. See the syrup, see how they grow? Right upon me coconut. This is one of the best, if not one of the top 3 most beneficial vines of the Central American rainforest. So whenever you see this growing, obviously we know it, everybody know it, but use it. Some reason why it's growing in front of your property is because the Father wants you to use it. It's good. All right, so going down to the riverside. It's mad early for most people, but for me it's already late. See how down here look? All of the ones from Bermuda Landing. For the years that I've been here, it's just taken the, the right or the need to take care of the riverside. So, when ones become collectively involved, it makes it easier. So I want to say thank you to the brothers who came yesterday and helped, keep the riverside clean. You know what I mean? This is how it's supposed to be. And I'm thankful that, over the years, there's been, a minimal amount of littering down here. It's not completely perfect, but I mean, I think I've set a type of standard where I don't mind who comes here. As long as they don't litter, we won't have an issue. So people understand that. Everyone who knows me knows that there's that militancy about me that makes me a little different. So I don't ask them nicely not to litter. I tell them don't litter here or else you have to leave. And I'm not, it's not a tough guy kind of thing. It's just real. Like, you can't come and do that here. So it's real beautiful, This tree came along with the flood of last year. I guess this might be the new stick, no? Or maybe we cut it up and move it, you know. River flowing nice. A little paddle right here. So it's good to swim in it right now. Yep, so this is my lifestyle. I go to my farm, come to the river. And at the end of the day, it's perfect for meditation and holding a meds, you know. I'm not talking about like just like, I mean, it's really a sanctuary of peace. See, nobody else down here. Man, it's a good lifestyle, you know. God bless. Coming from previous environments where I've dwelled and lived, I think this is like, it's like Zion, you know. Like I'm on earth, but I'm in heaven. That's how I feel. So I try to keep it very much that way. Sometimes I gotta become an archangel because you have, you know, you have obstacles and evil and those kind of things. So you have to be aware. Do good and Jah will follow. Good and Jah will follow you. Do good and Jah will bless you. Do good and Jah will follow you. Do good and Jah will bless you. Do good. Do 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 do. Do good. Yeah, Rastafari. I wanna check it right now, King. I see it from this rising. I'ma think that wanna cut it down, you know. Jah bless. Do good and Jah will follow you. Yes, man. Give thanks and praise, you know. Don't know. Bermuda landing with there. Nice, beautiful highway. It's a grand. The next project I want to do after the completion of the 3-story is a 6-story in a a huge tree, a bullet tree that I found back in my trail. So it's gonna be like 2 times the size of this. It's gonna be dynamic. It's gonna be the next project. We're gonna keep y'all posted on when we're gonna break ground on that and where and how. So my family up here taking care of more than just some of his daily duties, you know. He's exceeding that every day. I mean, sometimes I'm like, bro, you can't do that many things in one day. You gotta chill. So I love that. Gotta keep motivating the youths them. Keep rising up, rising their spirit to do good. As I said, everybody knows I'm militant and I can be that way. So it is just the celestial order. So sometimes ones on ones might say, that man is, giving me an order what to do. It's not an order. Because if you give me an instruction, I'm going to listen too. It's an instruction. I'm just trying to help ones on ones know that we have to have rules. We have to have an order of instructions that we follow so that we can collectively work for the same goal. So, I'm not by any means claiming to be like a saint or perfect. I just want ones on ones to know that this is my real spirit. This is my real comfort zone. This is my real life. And if you might know me as one that says, hey, this, that, you might have just met me at that time and say, well, that man, my man militant, but, it's in my genetics, but it's also in the celestial order that I'm fall under. You understand me? So it's always out of love and good intentions, I just appreciate ones on ones who care for my life, even though I can be that way sometimes. And they still forgive me and give me some acknowledgement and say, you know what, even though maybe you came across the wrong way, you were making a point that we needed to hear. I just want to apologize for anyone who I may have offended, like using a word sound that might have been like, hey, you need to do this because I'm sorry. It's, I'll get better as time progresses. I'll get better at how I bring forth the message. So, yeah, we all have flaws. We all have things that we need to work on. I never come up here and say, oh, I is this and that. No, man, everybody knows, say, all of us have our flaws and we all have our things that we need to work on, our character defects, It's important that we work on those and acknowledge and identify them and know, say, well, something we can work on. Since I've been up for like a couple hours now, I'm a little we're a little tired. Not tired, but I could take a little break because we're not on anyone's schedule, really. So we do. Say, blessed love to my family, Claire, and all of them that spent the week here with me. They just forwarded this morning. Give thanks to them and our children and everything. Yeah, me day in me hammock, man. Blessed love to everybody. Morning. The writer. 1 minute, guys.